Hey.
Eliezer.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Okay, so I would like to touch on the religious fundamentalist aspect.
Yeah.
Are you an atheist?
I'm a Reformed Jew.
That usually means yes. Usually means yes. What's the name of the nasty drink the other night? We were gonna have a chug. Oh yeah, it was some kind of 7-Up, nasty ass 7-Up stuff.
I don't have a strong belief in the existence of God, but I don't think that religion in and of itself is bad.
Okay, so what's wrong with religious fundamentalists? So like when you said rights and women's rights or something like that?
Well, the problem I have with religious fundamentalists, and really more, I guess it's really...
yeah, I'm aware. I'm showing the video. It's fair use. They shouldn't be able to do anything about it.
Theocrats,
okay,
is that they want to impose their morality that comes from their religion on the rest of us, and I don't...
But morality, from your view, is going to be a preference, right? It's not morality; it's a preference. So morality without a foundation is going to reduce you to a preference.
Well, I have a foundation for my morality.
And that is when Seder was... The second he said he had a foundation. Well, I have a foundation for my morality. Yeah, what is it? It's my preferences. That's my whole foundation for my morality. I haven't super chatted in a while. Always try to support when I can. Do you think Farah is really going to show up? Yeah. She's been asking for the debate for a long time. Those ones especially, Farah, Jasmine, all of them, they fell off in the debate sphere, and they've been really pushing to debate with me again, especially Jasmine Jafar. And I would have given her as many debates as she wanted, but she decided she would tie herself up with those doxers. And so, once you do that, I just got no use for you anymore. You should check Dead Stranding from Kojima, latest trailer. There is a surprise there. What? What is the surprise? What is it?
Which is what?
It's a humanist vision of what basically creates as little suffering as possible for...
So it's just basic utilitarianism. So it's just preferences.
as many people.
Okay, so you're like a consequentialist?
Yeah.
Utilitarian?
Yeah.
I don't really...
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really, I never really thought about this. I just talk about politics and, just assert all day. That's what I do.
Bother myself with being a consequentialist or a utilitarian.
At the Crucible, when do you think we'll do another trash talk extravaganza? I try to do one a month, I only have so much time. Time is my biggest enemy.
It's always going to reduce you to a preference. So if you say that killing is wrong and I say it's right, you would really have no contention with that.
Well, no, I don't base my understanding of civil society on religion. And so we have a civil society. Okay. We have...
We could have a civil society where murder was legal, too. So what? So what?
Laws that we have decided as a society in a democratic way. And for some people, it's okay for it to be informed by their religion. That's okay.
Okay, perfect. So if tomorrow society comes together and we say, hey, folks don't deserve rights, you would be okay with that?
No. No, I wouldn't be okay with that.
No, I would be against it, but
hey, it's really funny that it only happened in my lifetime, and I do credit myself for a lot of these arguments getting out in the mainstream. I do, right? But they are there for everybody to use, and I'm not going to take it away from people. Improve on them, deliver them better, and the entire 9 yards. This guy's doing great. The thing that's so funny about this is like, it took until almost my lifetime for people to just kind of start pointing out to other people the big flaw in democracy is that what happens when we vote democracy out? Like, what do you do about that? It's like, I don't know. we have checks and balances, and it's like, yeah. And what happens when we vote those out? The classic Seder shuffle: take a stance, then wiggle away from it. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny.
I mean, it would be
It would be morally right under your
not
view.
morally right. No. I'm not talking about morals
Okay,
here.
so here's where I'm getting to, right? Religious foundations provide an ethical framework for one to live their life off
I
of.
believe you can have an ethical framework without religion.
And if we take the leftist view to its logical tail end, to its extreme view, you have low reproductive birth rates. You have a reproductive dead end, so two men together can't reproduce.
Reproductive dead ends. I really like that phrase. So, I do like the idea of the reproductive dead end idea. I think is hilarious. But anyway, so he gives a bunch of reasons, right? He gives a bunch of reasoning. And let's see what Sam says.
Unless they have to take from a healthy straight couple, religion provides this foundation where you do prioritize the nuclear family.
So do you have a problem with gay people being married?
It's not that I have a problem. I just don't see a justification for why they ought to be gay outside of it just feels good. Can you give me another justification for it?
Well, I think maybe that's the way they were born.
Okay, what about, are they born that way?
They may be, yeah.
Okay, so should we let off the hook since they were born that way?
No, I think we as a society has decided...
Should implement duties to prevent them from acting on that innate urge, correct?
Yes, a lot of my arguments for sure. But he is definitely doing a very good job with them. And he's putting Seder right to the question. So congratulations to this guy. He did great. And I hope to see him a lot more out there. And I hope that this review helps him out. If the mods wouldn't mind putting this guy's channel, that would be great. Link his channel. Has a lot of good things to say.
Well, I think between consenting adults, it's a different thing than...
Okay, so you're okay with a 45-year-old dad with a 19-year-old daughter as well?
No.
If they consent, you're okay with that?
No, I think society has also determined that it's like it's not beneficial.
Right, there's duties and obligations that we have, so religion provides those duties.
I'm going to do a little bit of smug here. Just a little tiny bit of smug. Little bit of, just like a little bit. Mods, put this kid's channel in there so that people can go over and subscribe to it. They did a damn good job. Doing a damn good job. We're gonna smug a little bit, okay? We're gonna smug a little bit.
Life isn't about
Well, but
freedom
also
and
I can-
exercising what you want.
I mean, well, you want to impose your religious doctrine
No,
on me,
because
and I don't want that.
you just admitted we need duties. We have responsibility as a society to keep us functioning, to keep us thriving. Your leftist view, the liberal view, doesn't provide anything besides it just makes me feel good. Religion does. So what's your argument?
What's my argument as to why I don't want
You have no
your
contention.
religion to... Well, because first of all, I don't think that you have the right to corner what God is telling us is right or wrong.
Who does?
And there are differences between religions. And so my argument is, like...
Yes. Yes. Destroy him. Yes. The dark side is strong with the Inquisition. Yes. Yes.
You're not going to keep halal or kosher, right? I mean, I don't believe that someone has a corner on
Churchill said the best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. Well, whether he said it or not, I don't know. I've never seen the quote, but that's pretty funny. You look like a proud papa. The kid did good. He did. Look, he did good. He did good. He done good. All right? What do you want me to say? He did good.
religious truth. And the reason why we have a democracy is because we didn't want a king. And the kings came from the idea that their God said that they're the ones who's supposed to be king.
Well, you know, it's really funny because there's a lot of places right now who have kings and also have democracies. Just going to point that out, that There's a lot of constitutional republics that have kings right now. There's a lot of Nordic nations right now who still have kings and have constitutions written in regard to the king. just pointing it out that you can have kings and democracy. Isn't that crazy? You actually can.
And so we can disagree on this. I don't want to live in a country that is ruled by religious fundamentals.
Why not just debate Sam Seder like you lied and said you tried? Oh, do you want me to pull up the evidence that I did try? I'm happy to do that, and I'll present it to Sam anytime he wants. I was reached out to by Tim Pool's bookers for the Culture War, and they asked who I would request to debate, and I said Sam Seder. I've not been able to get a hold of him. I can't find any way to contact this guy. So I would like you guys to get a hold of him. My understanding is that team attempted to get Sam Seder on for a debate. That is my understanding. So, no, not only did I not lie, right, but I'm absolutely happy to debate Sam Seder. Happy to set it up. We can do it. We can do my trip to whatever this weekend, this Saturday. I will pay all of Sam Seder's flight. I'll pay for his entire flight and pay for his hotel room. If he wants to come out there and have a moderated debate, I'm happy to do it. So go tell him that instead of seething in my chat. Go tell his dumb ass that I'll fly him out on my dime. Go tell him. Go. Hurry up. Run. Run with the message to your master. Run with the message to your master. Go. Tell him. Tell him.
And if I do, you have no issue with that.
And no. And this is why I say under Trump, yes, you have won.
Yes.
You have a
Only
bunch
male
of Christian.
and female. You're right.
You have a Christian
won.
nationalist,
Yes,
and
which is necessary.
And so I concede the point that under Trump, your Christian nationalism has gained an advantage
Yes.
under this.
Sorry, we're going to have more kids. We're going to have less abortions. We're going to have more family. We're going to have stable family.
Yes. Listen, Sarah, I know he said that. I'm giving him an opportunity to make good on it. And I'm so good faith about his opportunity to make good on this debate. I'll do it with him in person, plus pay for his expenses to do it in person in a professional studio with an actual moderator, and we can have a real debate. I don't know how, Sarah, I could ever be more good faith in that. How? Yes, it's true. He won't have his studio team there to feed him answers. He'll have to actually debate himself. But yeah, I mean, I want to do a moderated debate for sure, without his team and his earpiece feeding him his answers. I want Sam Seder versus Andrew Wilson.
Households. Sorry.
Gay people should be outlawed.
They should be straight. They should be straight.
Women should be secondary to their husbands.
Women should submit
right?
to the husbands.
Women
that doesn't mean
should submit to the
that doesn't mean they are
husbands.
slaves.
Right,
it doesn't mean they are slaves. It means they are protected. Okay,
let
me ask you that. Let me ask you.
No.
Should women be drafted? Should women be drafted?
Listen, I think
if they're equal, should they be drafted?
I think this is the vision that you have, and I think Trump supports it.
Yes.
I think the Christian nationalists he has throughout his government are all going to work towards your vision.
Yes.
And my hope is that when people look at this, they say, hey, wait a second. I don't want my life to be dictated.
Yeah, it should be a dream come true. If Sam Seder considers himself a legitimate debater and he thinks that his worldview is better than mine, right, then let's do an in-person moderated debate. I will literally pay for everything. I'll pay for his flight out. I'll pay for his hotel room, right? And I'm not going to put the guy up in a hotel. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like a Motel 6. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, well, and by the way, here's a flight we could find in a Motel 6. Like I just don't treat people like that. You know what I mean? If the guy actually is willing to do the debate, you know what I mean? I'm happy to do it. We'll do it in person, moderated. We can pick a series of subjects, 4 subjects, something like that. Maybe do 45 minutes on each topic, something, we can negotiate that. That's easy enough. And I'll take care of the cost since I'm the one inviting him to the neutral platform, right? I'm the one inviting him to the moderated platform. So that seems totally fair. I don't know how I could ever be more fair than that. Even though, be honest, I often stay at a Motel 6, but I mean, that's just me. You know what I mean? I don't care. To me, it's just a bed. You know what I mean? Like the quality of the room doesn't really matter that much as long as there's a place where I can go to sleep. I don't really give a shit. I've always been like that. There's like a proud father who raised his son and taught him tactics to destroy the leftists. And guess what? I'm enjoying seeing. I've been watching this, and it is fun to watch.
By the notion of a Christian nationalist prescription. Now, you may win out. I mean, certainly, like if you look at a country like Iran, they have a theocracy there, and apparently that's good for them if they want it.
My final point is whenever
I don't want to live in a
My final point is
theocracy.
whenever we see
How could I be playing into the notoriety that I'm afraid to debate Sam Seder when I'm literally giving up an offer to debate with him right this second? How could his audience even construe this as anything other than that? In fact, he can bring with him somebody else to moderate if he wants to, or to co-moderate if he feels like it would be biased. Like there's no possible way it could be more good faith than that. He got destroyed on Jubilee, not stand a chance. No, he would get tangled up real bad. Fly him out on Con Air and put him in a hotel at charges by the hour.
see people live out Christian values to its full extent, we see a great society. When we see people deviate from that, that's where all the problems arise.
All right,
I
pause.
think you are at home in the Trump. Trump
Thank you very much.
You've been voting.
Yeah, the thing is Seder didn't really give much in the way of arguments here. I would say that ultimately this guy got the better of him in basically every conceivable way I can think of. Seder did not do well there. When asked, and again, when he asks these leftists these questions, you just ask them these basic questions. Hey, why is it? Why is it that if we work within the democracy to see a Christianized country, that's a problem? And they have no answer. That's what it's supposed to be there for, right? Isn't that what it's supposed to be there for? Well, yeah, but no, I mean, yeah, well, yeah, well. Make him fly over on a paper plane. No. I just, you know what I mean? I just wouldn't treat a person like that. I'd be like, hey, it wouldn't be a 5-star hotel, but it'd be at least a nice hotel. Not a motel, but a hotel. Hotels have, what was it in that movie? Hotels have lobbies, right? Hotels have lobbies. Anyway. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure that they did. I noticed a bunch of faces here from other people that I've seen on Jubilee a bunch of times, and also have seen in person. So anyway, this kid did pretty good. He did pretty good. Pretty happy with him.